home, but you don't see here, so it is. Okay, I can't use it because we can't share it all together. Okay, so we go back to the first one. Okay. So we write together the amount of items into the income statement. So into the income statement, I have purchase of goods, okay, purchase of goods, like an expense. The amount is 5,000. Then insurance expenses, 30. Okay, then, so please try to look at the different, okay, the different expenses to be included in the income statement, okay? So insurance expenses, then wages, 2,000. Then rent expense, 40. Then interest expense, 200. Please check my solution because I can be wrong sometimes because I get confused. Depreciation, 700. Doubtful debt, or we said, or expected losses, okay, on a receivable. Doubtful debt, 300. Then tax expenses, 800. Okay, and no more expenses, okay? Instead, on the revenue side, we have the revenues coming from the sales of goods. So sales of goods, 8,000. Then we have the closing inventory, 1,800. Okay. Now, here we are. The difference between revenues that are greater than expenses, it is 730, as Gioia was saying us. So the profit here that we write here in order to make balancing the two sides of the income statement, profit 730. Okay, this is the final result. Okay. Is it good for everyone? Everything clear? Okay. Balance sheet. Balance sheet, we have cash amount of 6,880. Okay. Then bank, 5,000. Then building, 7,000. Then receivable, 6,000. Repayment, 90. And then inventory, 8,800. Okay, this is for the asset side. Then on the liability side, we found the loan, 4,000, payable 0. I can write it, but only to say that they are 0, doesn't matter. Then accruals, 240. Let me give a space. Okay. Then accumulated depreciation, 700. Okay, I can write it with the different sign on the opposite side, close to the building, okay, or here. Then provisions for doubtful debt, 300. Then provisions for tax, 800. And then we have the amount of capital or equity, 2,000. The amount of profit coming from the income statement, that is 730. Okay, so total amount at the end, same amount on both sides. It is 26,770. 26,770, and the same on the other side. Okay, no, it's appeared, sorry. Okay, here it is. Okay. This is the final financial report. Okay. At the end of year, at the end of the year 2021. Okay. Now we see that this one become also the balance sheet at the beginning of the next period, year 2022. Okay, so 1st of January 2022. First of January 2022. So the same, okay? We find all this, obviously, because these, I repeat, were explanation of the profits. So we don't find this account going into the next annual period, but we find the profit as a measure of the expenses and revenues into the picture balance sheet. This is the picture at the end of the period, but also the picture at the beginning of the next one. So we are all these accounts moving to the next period. We have something that connect the two periods because there were some expenses and revenues to be recorded, so to be integrated or to be moved on, to be postponed, to be rectified, and so on. So we have inside some elements like prepayment, accrual, okay, that we have to consider next year. Inventory. Okay, now you have to reopen. What you have to do is to reopen the 1st of January. You have to reopen single accounts.